Hi everybody, it's JoJo, and I just filmed a video regarding the murders of Chris and his family. Chris Watts murdering his wife Shanann and his two daughters and his unborn child because Shanann, his wife, was pregnant, so he basically killed 4 people. So this is the thing. I talked about the whole series and just the whole documentary and everything else, but I really wanted to try to understand and analyze what was going through his mind. Like, people like, did he snap? Or did he meet this woman and that was it? Like, he had his mind made up. Listen. No one knows the full truth here. No one knows the full truth. I think you have that in you. Like, even if you don't show signs of it, you have that deep inside you. That itch to kill, or even if you haven't done it yet, maybe you wanted to hurt an animal in your lifetime or whatever, and then he said he was planning this for a week or so before that, but I wonder if he ever had it in his mind before this, before the summer. Like, what happens if he didn't meet this mistress, right? He said, I'm sorry for shaking the camera. He says that if he did not meet this mistress, he wouldn't have done what he did. I don't know if I believe that. Whatever the mistress told him, even if she did tell him, say for instance she did tell him I want them dead, right? Just say, this is a grown-ass man. This mistress never met Shanann a day in her life. They have never met each other a day in their lives. Never. That we know for certain. They have never physically met. You can't blame someone who has never met this person. They have never met. So you can't say that he put this in his mind and that's why he did it. Is it odd that all of a sudden he meets this woman and now he's changed, and this man that Shanann has grown and loved has changed so quickly in the span of a summer, when he just met this woman, even though it was unbeknownst to her. She did not know that he met this. She had no clue he was cheating. But is that weird? Yeah, it is. It's a coincidence. Like, why all of a sudden he changed right when he met this woman. But no matter what this woman said to him, this is a grown-ass man, and he did this. He did it. Which goes to show that there was something not right up here. No matter how much he showed he loved his family and everything else, people could turn on a dime. You know what I mean? Like, someone, you never know, like, you think you know someone. It's like, he has yet to say anything that this woman, this mistress, had any involvement in any of this. I don't think she really did. I mean, I think that she's a bitch, excuse my French. I think that she didn't give 2 shits about Shanann, didn't give 2 shits about the kids. I think she knew everything all along, and she was lying about that. Yes, I do. I do believe that. Why she was lying about that? Maybe just to be like, oh, well, to make it seem like she wasn't trying to destroy a family, and that make it look like she wasn't a homewrecker, but she clearly was. I think that's why she's lying about not knowing about Shanann and them still being married and the unborn child and her being pregnant. She's lying about that because she doesn't want to look like a homewrecker, but she was. No matter which way you put it, she was a homewrecker. It's like, were you so infatuated with this new woman that you felt like there was no other way out? You felt like you couldn't get a divorce. You felt like you couldn't even disown your children. Like, if you really wanted to be done with that whole situation and you really wanted to be done with her, and you feel like the only way to be done with her was to get rid of her and the kids, then why didn't you would have just disowned them? Disown them. Like, was the burden too much? Did he feel like he couldn't disown them? That the only way out was to kill them? Like, It's like, why didn't you get a divorce? Why didn't you just leave? Was it because the mistress was putting things in your mind? That could be the case. She probably was. It was clear as day that she wanted to be the person who gave his first child. That's what she was saying in a text message. Something she's like, I wanted to be the person to give you your first child. So if his kids were still alive, regardless if he disowned them or not, she wouldn't have been the one to give him his first child. So he felt like, what, he had to kill them? It's just so sick. But like, it's like, was this woman was this mistress more infatuated with Cheyenne than Chris? That's what I'm thinking. Like, it seemed like she was more infatuated with Cheyenne, because she was looking up her Facebook. You know, it seemed like she wanted her life. She wanted the family. She wanted the kids. She wanted her house. She wanted to live. She wanted her life, it seemed like. It kind of seemed like she was jealous in some way that she had this family that she always wanted. And yeah, it did look like Cheyenne lived the perfect life. She had a beautiful home in Colorado with two gorgeous children, and then one more on the way, and this loving husband. But at the end of the day, no matter what this mistress told Chris, no matter what she told him, he did it. He did it. It's like if someone hands you a gun and says, go shoot that person. If you shoot that person out of your own hand, you'd kill them. Just because they handed you the gun doesn't mean that they did it. You killed them. You were the one that took the gun and shot them yourselves. So, and the way he killed his wife was just so personal. He like strangled her. It's like you can't get more personal than that. It's like, did he secretly hate her while pretending to love her this whole time? Like, maybe if this woman didn't come in the picture, would this have eventually happened anyways with another woman? The fact that he cheated on her and then kills her after having an affair behind her back and then decides to kill her and her children, it's just evil. And on a whole other level, it's like pure evil and pure insanity. There's so many things getting unraveled each day, but I just want to, like, so many, you look on YouTube, there's so many videos about this case, but was he truly a psychopath this whole time? That's everyone's question. Did he just snap? Or was he a psychopath this whole entire time in disguise? I think he was a psychopath this whole time in disguise. I think that maybe his parents know something and is not going to tell anyone. Maybe he did something as a child that alarmed them, but they're not going to bring it up. But I think that he always had this in him. You know, when someone's so quiet, that means you're hiding a lot inside. You're not being your real self. He could have secretly hated his life this whole time while pretending that he loved the kids and played with them, and it's so mind-boggling. It really is. It's so creepy, and it's so manipulative, and it's so deceptive. It really is so deceptive on every level. It really is just the simple fact that he was slipping her oxy, trying to give her a miscarriage. And it's like, when that didn't work, you decided to do what you did. I mean, I just needed to make another video about this because I felt like there was more to be said. I felt like I needed to really explain, like, what kind of, because I've been living a crazy life. You already know. I've dealt with a few psychopaths, but like, this guy is on a whole other level, I will say. Like, I think he's beaten everyone that I've ever seen. Like, even in the news, like, it's just like, it's like on a whole other level. You know, especially the way he talks about it. There's no emotion. Like, there's really no, like, if you listen to the prison interviews, like, there's no emotion. There's just, it's a vacant. It's like, is the Chris now the one that has always been, but was hidden, and he purposely hid it? That's what I think. I think that the Chris that you see now, after he post killing his family, is the Chris that always was. But he never showed that side because he knew that that side was not someone that he should have shown. That no one would have. It's like no one's gonna tell you or show you that they're crazy. They're gonna do it behind your back. So, it's like the Chris. It's so crazy because the Chris that he was really was, he was in disguise. It was like it was like a wolf in sheep's clothing. Like that's the perfect term for this. He was a wolf in sheep's clothing. That's what it was. He was pretending that he was this sweet, nice person, but he really wasn't. And that's what's so sick about it. A lot of people like this. Like, a lot of people smile in your face or pretend one thing, but in behind closed doors, you don't know what they're really thinking, how they're really feeling. That's what's so crazy about it. That's so crazy about it. And there was one thing I didn't mention in the other video. She left him a note before she left for that business trip that weekend. She left him a note on the table, and it basically said, like, it broke my heart, that note, honestly, because she was saying things like, listen, I don't know what's been going on with you, but I'm glad that you let me hold you today. Like, you let me hold you in bed today, and it just felt great, and it felt like the old Chris. And, you know, whatever's going on that happened this summer, you know, I want to work on it, and I love you to pieces, and I can't imagine my life without you. I just miss everything about you, and I love you so much. And, like, she left him this note, and so that's why he's so freaking crazy, is the fact that he reads this note, she pours her heart out to him in this note, and then still goes through what he went through. I want to know when he started calculating this. Like, he said a week before, but, like, was it really a week before? Or was he planning this for a long time and no one knew it, and he finally did it? That's what's so crazy about it. I mean, we will never know the real truth. This whole story really was mind-boggling and really, just really shocked me to the core. The fact that I was like, I have to make a video about this. I mean, I'm making two now about this because the documentary and the thing on the Netflix, the film on the Netflix, is one thing, but there was so much that they did not cover in that film. Like, so much more about the mistress and so much more about him personally. Like, why he did this. No one really knows why he did it. He still has not really explained why he did it. I mean, he is saying it's because he wanted this new life and whatever, but no one really knows why he did this. Because a normal person, if you want a new life, just divorce and be with your mistress. You get what I'm saying? Why did he have to do that? It's just crazy. Anyways, I just had to talk about this a little more. I really recommend the film. They made, I mean, you can probably see on YouTube so many clips of the interrogations and when the police first show up at the house and everything, and just all the text messages and notes and all her Facebook messages and videos and stuff of the kids. It's absolutely devastating. It's absolutely devastating. And the house that they lived in is still vacant. No one has sold it. No one wants to live there, which I don't blame. No one's going to want to live in that house. 2 kids and a woman died of the hands of their husband and father, died in that house. I mean, no one's going to want to live in that house. No one's going to want to live in that house. I wouldn't even want to live in that block. I would be too, like, just bringing back all those memories, you know what I mean? Like, but they're never going to sell that house. They're never going to sell that house.